I just want to say hello and welcome to everyone. I want you to know that I am sending so much love, just love to your light, love to your light, love to your light. So honored to be here in this journey of co-creation with you. Part of what wants to come through today, and it was screaming at me yesterday, and they were saying, write it down, don't forget. And then I would go about my business and I'd forget, and then it just kept coming and coming. And it was really to give a little bit of an understanding about these councils that many of us are channeling. There's the Light Council, there's the Council of Light, there's the Galactic Federation of Light. There's so many different expressions of light, on high light councils that are coming through various channels. And so I wanted to speak a little bit to what is this channeling, and what are these light beings, and how does it affect our great awakening and us here on planet Earth now. And so I want each and every one of you to know that you are a channel. You're a channel of light. You're a channel of wisdom. And when we connect into that free flow of allowing that which is to move through us, you know, if you think a channel, it's like we adjust the dial on the radio to get the highest frequency, right? So a channel really is just opening up to that frequency and getting out of the way and allowing it to move through. So I have been channeling for 10 or 15 years. It took me years to really come into the full embodiment of how to channel, and this is full body channeling. I want to say that each and every one of you is a channel, and it does not take 2 years or 2 hours even sometimes to really move into the full frequency of channeling. It's important that we're all adjusting our channel frequency to be in the receptivity and the receiving of these messages on high, right? Of all of these councils. Again, they are all operating from similar frequencies. They just express themselves in different ways. They are all the councils on high. They're here as the high light servers, is what they wanted me to say. Serving the light at the highest realm, as are you, as are we. And so when we open and allow for that, we can find that the downloads come and that the messages come. So sometimes they're spoken, sometimes people, I started a lot with writing, and then just to really get out of the way, we get to learn how to get out of the way and let these forces, these sources come and to speak through us. So why are they here? That was actually the biggest question. Why are we hearing from all these light councils, all these federations of light? Why are they here? Why now? Why is it getting so popular, right? Why is it lighting up the so many spaces, right? Everyone seems to be channeling information now. And it's because when we move into that fifth dimensionality, into that higher realm, we begin to understand cellularly that we are not separate from any of it, right? We've said this many times. And when we're in the connectivity and the oneness, it's not just here on this earth plane, it's in all the planes, right? Now, yes, there is protection that comes, and there's many tools, which I'll share in a separate video, to really talk about how you know the frequency that's coming is a frequency of light. And so you ask it, are you here for my highest and greatest good? If it is not, it cannot stay in the realm of you. And you begin to, we work with a lot of filtrations, we work with a lot of consciousness, and the vibration feels different when something is here to be in service of light, as opposed to the disruptors and distractor energies that are also present. Why are they here? Why are they coming in such full force at this moment? They're here to help, but they're not here to rescue us, because we don't need to be rescued. We need to be remembered, right? We are here to be remembered to who we are as our own expression of galactic light beings. So these are galactic light beings from other planes of existence. As we move in our expansion of multidimensionality, we are moving our frequency to be more like the frequency that they're operating in, which is why it's becoming easier for more people to open up their channels of receptivity to these high light beings, because we are them. They come from the stars. Most of us are star seeds here, remembering who we are at soul level. So the more we are in conscious activation of the expansion of our own light frequency, the more we become united and we remember that we are very connected to them. See, so there's a lot of talk about alien play and and these other beings from other planets and starlights and and the thing of it is we have always been connected. It's in our third dimensionality disconnection that we perceive that any of these things either don't exist or they're so far away from us that we do not understand them. We are remembering at soul level. And so these beings of light are also part of our remembrance. We too, as starseeds, we come from the stars, right? They are here as speakers from the stars and from the light. So why now? So they're here, as I said, not to rescue us, because we don't need rescuing, we need remembering. They're here to help us to remember. And they do that by bringing their frequency to us so we can remember that warm honey feel of being in that frequency that is higher than that which we've been separated from. They're here to cheer us on. They're here to observe us. They're here to witness us. There's been so much up in the field right now that the greatest way we support and help somebody is by witnessing them in their transformation. Because none of us need to be rescued. We are all sovereign beings. We all collectively get to and need to be remembered. And so they are showing us the way, these light councils, these light beings, these other dimensional beings, they're here remembering us, showing us, reminding us of the frequency that is us, so we may rise in consciousness to remember ourselves at our highest source of light. And so they're here in so many ways to just connect us back to our galactic frequency, right? We have been part of our separation. We've been separate from each other. We've been separate from Source. We've been separate from Gaia. We've been separated from our star constellations. We've been separated from our remembrance of us as higher dimensionality. All this separation and illusion is third dimensionality collapsing here in current time so we can be remembered and move into our higher frequencies where we usher light straight through here to Gaia, so that we may all rise and we may live in a space and a place that is divine. That is our birthright. That is our natural state of being. And this is what we're being remembered into. So this is what came. It's available to all of us. And this is what came through. And this is the important part. It's all important. But they were showing me that much like your human body, right? You can have cells of your body that are in a dysfunctional cell pattern, right? An abnormal cell growth. Like our cells, we have cells that perhaps are not functioning optimally, right? We have cells. When those cells gather and they grow, then we have some real turbulence in our physical form, right? Where one cell goes astray, goes dark, forgets its process, goes rogue, goes backwards, goes off the DNA course for creation. And if it clusters, then we start to develop growths that start to then spill over and can, in long-term experience, have effect upon the physical body, much like planet Earth, right? So we have had these forces and sources that have kept us from our remembrance. And it's a matter of time, right? Where these things can be off, but there's a matter of time where it starts to pollute the whole. And if we understand that we are part of a galactic frequency that is beyond us here on this earth plane, then we can understand that planet Earth being out of its highest resonance is increasingly having effect upon the collective galactic frequency. So just like we would go in and we would do what we need to do based on our belief systems to help support any cells of our body that we're not optimizing in their highest frequency, right? That was polluting or tarnishing or distorting the collective, right? We would go in and we would heal it. And here we are healing an entire planet, an entire human structure that had started its decline some 12,000 years ago. And it has just come to this tipping point in time where it is having too great of an effect on the collective at large that it is time. And we have agreed to be in this place where it's time to transition it. So they keep telling me that they need us healthy. They have information that we need for the health of our planet. And galactically, collectively, they need planet Earth and all of its parts, all of its expressions to be in its highest resonance, because where there is one that has gone awry or is in the space of dying, there is stagnation and death for the whole. So it's really truly to be here in love, to be here in light. They are not coming to rescue us, they're coming to remember us. And we are finally attuned in higher frequency enough to receive their messages, to be in one in co-creation and collaboration with them as we are healing the cells of this planet. Each of us are a cell of this planet. And we gather together and we can have cells of light or cells of darkness. But it has effect upon planet Earth, and then it has effect upon the galactic frequency. So we're here in co-creation and collaboration to be at our highest resonance, so that that which we cannot even perceive at its highest galactic form also might be in its greatest expression of light. So your job in that, dear ones, they're saying, is to remember your parts for you as your highest frequency, to open your channels of receptivity and of deliverances, of the messages of light, of love, of sovereignty, of truth, of peace, of ease, of free will, to remember back to those spaces and places, to move the tarnish, to remove the tarnish and shine your brightest in this moment, so that the collective may rise unified as one, and we may birth this planet back into its highest frequency and to the status of new earth, so that all collectively may rise together. So you got this. You're not alone. Your service is so appreciated. Sending so much love to your light, infinite love to your endless light in this moment and all the moments that are to come. You've got this. Keep going. Know that you are loved, and know that they are on high, celebrating, guiding, cheerleading, remembering, loving, unifying, and celebrating. And we get to do the same. Have a blessed night. I love you. Bye for now.